The winter wind tore through the streets of New York City, cutting deep into anyone who wasn't bundled in a coat worth hundreds of dollars. Henry Ashcroft stepped out of an upscale restaurant on Fifth Avenue, adjusting his gloves, his thoughts already drifting to his next meeting. A billionaire tech mogul, Henry had everything: power, luxury, and a schedule so packed there was no room for anything unplanned. That's when he heard the voice. Faint, almost swallowed by the noise of the city, but clear enough to stop him in his tracks. "May I have your leftovers, sir?" He turned and saw her, a little girl, no older than 10, standing in the cold. Her coat was too thin, her shoes were soaked, and her eyes held something far heavier than her small body should carry. She wasn't begging for money. She didn't ask for shelter. She just wanted what he was about to throw away. Something about her made him pause. He knelt to her level, taken aback. "What's your name?" he asked gently. "Lila," she whispered, hugging the brown paper bag he handed her like it was treasure. She told him her mother was sick, that they lived in a van by the park, and that she sometimes dug through trash for food. Henry couldn't walk away. He didn't know why, but her eyes, those tired, brave eyes, struck something deep in him. Instead of heading back to his car, he called his driver and canceled everything. That night, he brought Lila and her mother, Maria, to a hospital. Maria was severely ill, and doctors said if they'd waited even a few more days, she might not have survived. Henry paid for everything without blinking. It didn't feel like charity, it felt necessary. But his help didn't stop at the hospital. He found them a small apartment, filled it with groceries and warm clothes, and made sure Lila was enrolled in school. He even checked in on them regularly, something he hadn't done with anyone since losing his own daughter, Emily, 5 years earlier. Emily had been the same age as Lila, with the same curiosity and quiet strength. Her death had left a hole in Henry's life, one he'd tried to fill with money and work. But Lila brought something back, a reason to care again. She would visit his office after school, asking questions about business, computers, and the world. "I want to be like you someday," she said once. He smiled and replied, "No, Lila. You'll be better." Then came another storm. Maria's health declined again, and this time it was chronic. Treatment was expensive and ongoing. She feared being a burden, but Henry reassured her, "You're family now." At the same time, his company's board began to grow restless. Investors complained that he was distracted, and pressure mounted for him to step away from the foundation he was quietly building. But Henry had made up his mind. He stepped down as CEO and poured his energy into creating the Lila Project, a foundation to help homeless children and single parents rebuild their lives with real support, not just temporary fixes. The foundation grew fast, and Lila became its face. She spoke at schools, on television, and at fundraising events, always sharing her story with honesty and hope. "One act of kindness," she'd say, "can change everything." Years passed. Lila graduated from high school with top honors, then went on to MIT, studying engineering and social impact. Maria's health stabilized, and Henry, now free from corporate obligations, became a steady, loving presence in both their lives. At her college graduation, Lila gave a speech that brought the audience to tears. "I used to dig through trash cans," she said. "Then someone looked into my eyes and didn't look away. That one moment of kindness saved me." Today, Lila runs the foundation Henry started. It has helped thousands of families around the world. Henry remains quietly involved, watching proudly as Lila leads with compassion and wisdom. When people ask what changed her life, she doesn't talk about the apartment, the school, or the money. She always says the same thing: "It was the moment someone looked at me and saw I was worth saving." That's the miracle. Not the wealth. Not the fame. Just one human being choosing to see another and not look away.